Seperti orang pada umumnya, aku pun punya banyak mimpi. Banyak sekali. Aku ingat saat itu, setelah aku menyelesaikan ujian nasional sekolah menengah pertama, aku bertanya pada diriku, apa yang harus aku lakukan setelah ini? Yang tentu, aku ingin melanjutkan pendidikanku. Tapi yang lain, aku pun lalu menulis mimpi-mimpiku di selembar kertas. Aku menulis target-target hidup yang ingin aku capai. Salah satunya, aku ingin pergi ke luar negeri. Aku ingin pergi ke sebuah tempat yang belum pernah aku datangi sebelumnya. Aku ingin melihat dunia dari sisi yang lain. Aku ingin bertemu dengan orang-orang baru, belajar hal yang baru, mencari pengalaman baru, dan keluar dari zona amanku. Dan itulah alasanku mengapa aku ingin menjadi seorang anak pertukaran pelajar. Dan disinilah aku sekarang, beribu-ribu kilometer jauhnya dari tanah air tercinta. Izin dari Tuhan, doa restu dari orang tuaku, dukungan dari para sahabat dan keluarga, serta teman-teman, serta jerih payah para relawan telah berhasil membawaku ke sini, di tanah impianku. Setelah hampir 1 tahun seleksi, akhirnya aku mendapatkan kabar penempatanku pada bulan Mei 2015. Dan Kansas City adalah tempatnya. Pembroke Hill School adalah sebuah sekolah swasta di mana aku melanjutkan pendidikanku selama aku di sini. Aku memulai pengalamanku sebagai siswa pertukaran pelajar dan membuka lembaran ceritaku dengan mengikuti cross country.
My impression first time, gotta remember that. I think she was brought by another student, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Julia Rosser.
Who was that?
Julia Rosser.
Yeah, Julia introduced her, and she was this very sweet, polite person, and was just very a little bit nervous, wanting lots of explanation about what this sport is, and then she wasn't sure she was going to actually do it. She wanted to check out field hockey first, and then she did that for a little while, and then she came back. One of my favorite memories was at the first meet, she was very worried because she didn't feel like she was that fast, and was her score going to hurt the team, right? And she didn't understand that, no, there's varsity, and the people count for points, and then, if you're running the race, you just count these points and not that. Right. So I explained that to her, and then she was fine. Yeah.
Well, I think she always tried to do her best. Like, she always tried to run, which is good. And I mean, it doesn't matter if she was last. She went out and she finished a 5K, so that's hard. Go her.
Entah berapa kali aku berpikiran untuk keluar dari cross country, karena olahraga ini memang berat. Tetapi berkat mereka, dukungan dari teamwork telah berhasil membuatku bertahan hingga akhir musim. Hari-hari pertamaku di sini, terutama di sekolah, memang sangat berat. Karena pada saat itu, aku masih dalam proses penyesuaian. Dan aku memulai semuanya dari nol.
I met as two. I thought very sweet, very polite, kind of quiet. do. It's going to take a little bit to pull her out of her shell. But, and always one of my first concerns is just, is there going to be a language problem? Because I talk real fast when I'm teaching, and so things like that.
Yeah.
So that would be my first reaction.
I think right off the bat, I realized how kind she was. She's very nice. I think quiet in the beginning, but over the course of the year, she really kind of opened up. But from the beginning, it was very obvious that she was very nice, kind, very thoughtful, and came kind of willing to try anything. Right? You weren't intimidated or afraid. Sorry. Oh, Estu was not intimidated or afraid. She was willing to try kind of anything that I was giving the students, and despite having, I think, a challenge with language in the beginning, she was still willing to give everything a shot and use her dictionary to try to answer the questions, to try to write an answer, and I was really impressed by that. She didn't seem very intimidated, even though I'm sure it was very overwhelming in the beginning. So.
I thought she was very kind. She smiled and giggled a lot. And she used to say she was sorry a lot, but she doesn't say that so much anymore. But I just thought she was a great pleasure to have in my class.
Hi. I want to say thank you to Pembroke Hill School, to all of my friends, to all of the teachers, for anyone in here, for accepting me as a stranger into your campus.
Musim dingin menyambutku. Aku melihat salju untuk pertama kalinya. Dan tidak terasa, kini aku telah berada tepat di tengah perjalanan ceritaku.
I think I met Estu through Maggie, I think. Like, I really got to know her through Maggie, especially when she stayed with her over winter break.
We're sitting in the lunchroom, me and Estu, and she was saying that she was gonna stay with someone else for Christmas, and she had a big list that she could pick from, and she didn't really know any of the people, and she didn't want to really stay with them per se. So then I was like, oh, you can stay with me, kind of joking, and then she was like, okay. So then it just kind of happened, and it was really fun.
Semester kedua telah tiba. Disinilah aku tersadar untuk terus mencoba hal-hal baru. Hal-hal yang belum pernah aku lakukan sebelumnya dan akan menjadi memori indah saat aku pulang nanti.
Estu is a very energetic person, and she always gets the crowd riled up no matter if we're losing by 20 points. There's no doubt that she always makes the cheers very loud and energetic and makes the crowd ready to win.
But she auditioned for the fall play, and she was surprisingly a contender. She didn't end up being cast because I had just some other stronger students for the role, but I was genuinely disappointed not to get a chance to work with her. And I thought that would be the end of it. I just thought, well, that was my chance, that's too bad. And then, surprise, she came out for the musical, and I was really excited. We happened to have a really large chorus, and so she was one of the members of that, and instead of just being another chorus member, actually ended up being one of the strongest chorus members. She was a featured dancer in several numbers, and some of her sort of cheerleading skills came into play as well. Everybody was happy to partner with her, everybody was happy to work with her. She brightened every scene she was in. She managed to be in the musical and cheerlead and probably other things I don't even know about, all at the same time. She navigated all of those responsibilities with I think grace, and never failed in her commitment to any of them, to the best of my knowledge, or at least didn't to the musical. She was there for everything and worked very hard at everything she did. She was an example to the rest of the cast. And to be perfectly honest, something that could have been uncomfortable, which came to costuming, all the other girls show their hair, and all the other girls were wearing hats and things like that because they were costumed that. And not only was Estu open to doing it, but she gave us an option to not have to do it. Estu found a way to incorporate what she wanted to wear and make it fit the character by just braiding the scarf. And I thought it was resourceful and creative, and I don't know. I don't think I have the right word for it right now, but it was impressive. I appreciated her for it. It was respectful to the process and who she was.
Bravo, bravo, bravissimo, bravo, bravissimo. There's a monster, no, there's no way, raise the government high. The F and the R, the E, the D, and F, R, E, D, yeah. I feel so good, everybody, ooh. I feel so good, like I knew I would, ooh. I feel so good.
Musim telah berganti. Musim semi kini datang. Sadar atau tidak, waktu berjalan sangat cepat. Satu hal yang ingin aku lakukan saat itu, menikmati setiap momen tanpa harus memikirkan bahwa masa pertukaranku akan segera berakhir. Di musim terakhirku di sini, aku berusaha untuk mengikuti kegiatan yang lain. Sederhana, karena aku hanya ingin memanfaatkan kesempatan dan juga waktu.
To tell you about Estu for the first time that she decided to join soccer. I was very excited to have Estu come out, and she made it clear that she had never played before and that she didn't have everything she needed the first couple of days and was very concerned about that. But she came out and she did awesome, and she was willing to try everything, and we were so glad that she decided to join us this year.
The whole team, once she joined the team, the whole team loved her. Everybody was just was obsessed with her energy and how sweet she was and how supportive she was. She was on the bench and she would be cheering for everybody. And it inspired me as a captain to get the team more involved with each other and to get the team more excited about playing. Because of her contagious spirit, it made me more excited to be on the team. She definitely made this a lot more positive and a lot happier of an environment, and I'm very thankful for that. Yeah.
In soccer, Estu is the nicest person. She always encourages everyone, and
Estu is like the nicest person off the field, but when she gets on the field, she's super fierce, and we're so proud of her because she totally dominates.
She scored a goal, and it was the best day ever.
It was the best day of my life.
Segala sesuatu terjadi padaku saat itu, dan membuatku hampir putus asa.
It was very sad. Estu accidentally got a soccer ball to the face, and therefore she got a concussion and was unable to finish the last couple of games. But like a true super fan, she came out and was supporting us from the stands.
And now she isn't able to play, and the team was heartbroken. But because we missed her so much.
Apa yang terjadi padaku memang tidak seperti yang aku harapkan. Tetapi aku percaya ada makna di balik itu semua.
You'd have to ask Estu how she feels about being the only girl. I think I might be more uncomfortable than she is, but she seems to handle it again, with sort of grace and humor, she's the only girl, and not just the only girl in a room of boys, but in a room of rowdy teenage boys. They are silly, and they have turned her name into a chant. They just say, "Yeah, Estu!" For really no apparent reason. But instead of being upset by it, she has embraced it. And I think because of her reaction, they like doing it more. Where it could have just been a one-day event has become the theme of our semester. We see her in the hall, so it spills outside of class. And we feel like we want to shout it when we see her in the cafeteria or down the hall. It's a calling card now. It's a camaraderie. It's a thing that we share that came out of that class.
Yes! Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. So there was one conversation we were having about the idea of charity and what to do so I asked the students what they would do if they were to become wealthy, right? And I just started writing down their comments on the board. And students were talking about the things that they would buy, the trips that they would go on, these big houses and fancy cars, thinking of it in that way. And then I look over and Estu raises her hand and she says, "Well, if I were to make a lot of money, I would use it to create a program to help people from my community." And everybody in the class kind of turned and said, "Oh yeah, that's what we should be doing. That's the answer that they all wanted to give but didn't." And I think it was really important because in that the point of the question I had asked was to talk about the idea of philanthropy and what people do when they make a lot of money, which has been an important theme in American history.
I think one of the things that I will remember about Estu is how many times she said thank you to me throughout the year. In fact, at one point I told her if I had even a penny for every time she said thank you to me, I would be a very rich woman. So we had that joke going on all year. Every little thing that I would do for her, she always said thank you so much, thank you very much.
Benar, terima kasih. Dua kata penuh arti. Aku tidak bisa membuat cerita perjalananku tanpa adanya orang-orang hebat. Mereka adalah pahlawan yang berhasil membantuku merangkai cerita-ceritaku hingga sedemikian rupa indahnya. Mereka adalah orang-orang yang membantuku bangkit di saat aku berada di titik terbawahku. Mereka adalah orang-orang yang bisa menerimaku. Terlalu banyak pahlawan-pahlawanku di sini hingga aku tidak bisa menyebutkannya satu persatu. Terima kasih banyak untuk mereka. Terima kasih.
He was like really stressed and just kind of started to cry. And Estu laughed really hard, and that just made me laugh even harder because whenever Estu laughs, I laugh. And then after that happened, I had like tears streaming down my face, and Estu was like, "I think that's the funniest thing that I've ever seen happen to you."
How do we spend so much time together? I don't know, but we always see each other.
Terakhir, tetapi bukan berarti yang paling akhir. Terima kasih untuk keluarga angkatku yang telah membukakan pintu rumahnya untukku. Terima kasih untuk setiap memori yang telah kita buat. Terima kasih telah menerimaku apa adanya. Terima kasih telah menghilangkan ketakutanku yang dulu saat aku takut jauh dari orang tuaku dan juga teman-temanku. Terima kasih telah mengizinkanku menjadi bagian dari keluargamu.
He came spewing up and I didn't understand what he said. And then again, he looked at us like...
One, I hope we get to finish everything on her bucket list. Two, just that Estu has been just one of the best friends I've ever had, and I know we'll continue to be friends, and I know that Esther and I can Skype all the time, and we've already planned to Skype her into graduation, so that's not a problem. And we're going to Esther and I will have to meet up somewhere that's halfway between both of us, because I don't know what I'm going to do next year without her. And I really, really wish she could be here for our senior year. And just that she has made the biggest impact on me she's definitely one of the people that has made the biggest impact on my life, and has influenced me so much, more than I'm not very good at articulating my feelings, but more than I could ever describe. And she's just one of the best people I've ever met.
One thing, but gosh, can I think of just one thing? Really, I just can't imagine the class without Estu. She's been such a wonderful, wonderful addition to my class, and
I think that we're really going to miss her here. And I will always remember her because Estu was here in my first year at Pembroke, and I hope to be here for a long time, but I think I'll always associate my first year here with Estu, because we were kind of new to this place together, and so I think both probably a little bit overwhelmed in the beginning, but I'll never forget her for that reason, but also because she's been such a positive influence on me and on our classmates, and I've seen that kind of throughout the year. I've been really impressed, so we will miss you a lot.
I guess I would just say please, whatever it takes for you to come back. I really hope our paths cross again in the future. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss Estu so much. She's had such a positive impact in all of our lives. And hopefully whatever it takes, if it's university or travels in the future, or even if it takes me going to Indonesia to see her, if that's what it takes, then that's what I will have to do, I guess, because Estu's one of those people that you can't say goodbye to. You just have to say, see you later.
Bring me a present? No, just that we're excited to see you again, and it'll be a party. Just plan to stay. Let us know when in advance so we can hang a banner that says, yeah, Estu, or get balloons. Try to stay long enough to make a cameo appearance in the musical if you're here while we're performing. Just that we hope that she does come back, whether it's through a program that affords her that opportunity or that she's able to do it herself someday. Just that she's made a stronger connection here than I think many of our AFS students in the past. I think just as a person, she fits in here, and that we will miss her and that we want her to come back.
Yeah, I mean, just visit often. I think hopefully I can come visit Estu soon in Indonesia. Don't forget us here in Kansas City. Yeah, just we love you here, so come back and visit.
Help your home, the people there, understand what you've experienced here, because I think cultural communication, especially today, is one of the most important things, so that we don't feel apart from each other, but all part of the same crowd, same family.
Yeah. And I think that there are some big things coming our way, so I just wish her well with her future, and I do hope that she'll be able to come back and visit us.
Estu, it was so wonderful to get to know you, and we'll miss you greatly, and I hope you had an amazing experience here.
That I have loved getting to know her this year. She is the sweetest human being, and she has inspired me to be nicer and more compassionate and happier about everything and every opportunity I have. And I'm so thankful that I got to know her, and I wish her luck, and I hope to see her soon.
Well, that makes me sad just when you said that.
Well, I would like to tell Estu that she's really made a difference in my year, and not just mine, but I know a lot of other students too. When anyone speaks of Estu, everyone smiles, because Estu has a wonderful, glowing smile and personality, and she's really just been so wonderful to have, so wonderful to meet, and am just so happy that I got to know her this year.
Like, live life with an open heart and an open mind, because if not, you will not get full potential. You will not experience things to the fullest, and you will not have as many friends as you do, because you did exactly what the right thing to do was, and that is why you have so many friends and so many people love you, and it's gonna be sad when you go back, but you're gonna have to come back. That's why everyone voted for you.
I would say that I wish she knows just how much of an impact she made, not only on the cheer team, but just in general this year, and how much fun we've all had, and how much we enjoyed having her this year.
Inilah akhir perjalanan ceritaku sebagai siswa pertukaran pelajar di negeri Paman Sam. Aku sadar ini bukan akhir perjalanan ceritaku. Justru ini adalah awal perjalanan hidupku yang sebenarnya. Aku datang membawa koper besar penuh barang, tetapi aku pulang membawa koper besar penuh dengan memori dan pelajaran. Memori yang bisa aku jadikan pelajaran hidupku ke depannya. Sekali lagi, terima kasih untuk semua pahlawanku. Dan juga terima kasih Amerika. Sampai jumpa di lain waktu.